Hello, guys and gals, me Mutahar, and poor Gram's not exactly having a good time, I think. Now, remember a while back when I talked about how my family discovered my content, and specifically through my laugh meme, where we were laughing at apparently, like, really messed up tragedies? No reason to go into exactly which one specifically. You know, you could pretty much put anything in your head and imagine that on TikTok, they put the laugh meme on it. Now, this has been floating around the family WhatsApp groups, and I thought initially this was gonna stop, but that was a real hopeful side of me. You know, it was a side of me that's like, oh man, maybe Game Freak will make a good game every once in a while. You know, you have to really tell that part to grow up sometimes. But so what's happened is the exact opposite. The family WhatsApp groups have finally been on the roar these days. Basically, ever since I was outed as a Z-tier internet celebrity, everything has went downhill for me. To understand, I really don't flex my social media stats or anything in public. Contrary to popular belief, I'm a pretty boring guy in real life, okay? I just sort of sit down, have a good time, enjoy my life, vibe with the people around me. Occasionally, when I get recognized on the streets, like, do I know you, sir? And I'm like, I don't know. Do you know me? I usually wear the blue shirt and I tell them, the closest Best Buy near you, I guess. That's all I pretty much go with, okay? I offer tech support on the street if anybody ever needs it. You know, somebody's like, my phone does not work. And I'm like, well, dipshit, have you tried restarting it every once in a while? And usually when they do that, things start to work. But let's move on to the meat and story, the real story here, okay? So ever since my family has been following and like basically looking up everything, I feel like I'm providing a lot of culture back home. So they finally learned a few things like Goatsy, like one man, one jar, because there's plenty of videos where I just don't stop mentioning Goatsy. Their entire world gets open. Literally a third eye has opened. And I'm not talking about Goatsy. No. Their third eye is opening. So now the questions get asked. It's like, so is this what you do? And I'm like, well, if it's not virus investigations or getting ass mad at Rockstar Games for screwing up a 20-year-old game, it's usually Goatsy. And that's pretty much the end point, okay? So usually when it gets filtered through the uncles and the aunts, it always gets back channeled to the older people, okay? So Graham unfortunately has to see it. And Graham's like nearly 90 years old, okay? Like, God's about to call her on her way back. So I feel real bad that Graham is about to literally start learning about Goatsy and Habbo Hotel's pool being closed, you know? All of that is hitting her right now at the end game. And I don't know how she's taken it. Is the question. I honestly haven't even called Graham up because I don't really have the heart to face her after what I'm about to tell you. Over a couple of years ago, there was actually an image of me that was drawn up by an amazing, talented artist, okay? A Rule 34 artist right now, the name to me is Saito. All right, this person drew an image of me, basically just destroying the rectum of a Mass Effect character. For those of you who've never played the Mass Effect franchise, there's an entire race called the Asari. The Asari are an all-female alien race where basically, if you're in the Mass Effect universe, everyone fetishizes these characters. To be honest, I don't understand why. Clearly, the Volus are there. If you're not rubbing one out to the Volus, I don't know what you're doing with your life, okay? But anyways, let's go back to the normie shit. So, anyways, the Asari exist, right? Now, Saito has drawn up what is possibly the greatest piece of some ordinary gamer's Rule 34 you've ever seen. Basically, it involves me, all right, sticking my full schnoz into an entire, like, Asari's character, and it has the X-ray hentai stuff. You ever played that game franchise, Fight Night Round something? And they like smash a dude in the face and you can see all the bones cracking up? That's how in-depth and detailed this is, okay? Like I full cream pie and Asari is effectively what's happened, alright? And there's a phrase in this entire thing that'll always get me chuckling no matter how bad my day is. The earth might be flat, but this ass sure ain't, is the actual phrase that's being used here. And the only thing you'll be seeing in this situation is that comic book, okay? Because this is quite a graphic piece, alright? I'm telling you, this is basically as wild as it comes, alright? And it's just one of those things where people draw of any person. Basically, it's the rule of the internet, okay? Rule 34. If it exists, there are people drawing, adult stuff of it, okay? That's pretty much what it it boils down to. And unfortunately, I've gotten to the point where that rule applies to me. I'm sure that rule applies to everyone. It probably applies to Charlie. It probably applies to fucking Blippi at this point, okay? And Blippi just plays in a ball pit at this point. So, you know what? I'm just gonna stop right there and not even bother. But the other one is, I made the grave mistake of looking up Mutahar Rule 34 just for chuckles and shit. But lo and behold, one of you sick motherfuckers made this. Censored for our sorry eyes, bleach does not help. And of course, the title for this is Deep Ass Browsing 69. So you can imagine what we're exactly doing in this situation. I'm going to stop right here before YouTube realizes that this might be a big YouTube Red production. So that's pretty much the general vibe that I'm looking into. And ladies and gentlemen, it is basically like shown. This is what's been floating around in the family. Okay, they're literally sharing Mutahar Starfish in the WhatsApp groups. And so what I've done is I've silently retreated from the situation. Anybody who gives me crap for it, honestly, I don't really care anymore. You know, if you give me crap for what other people draw, you're not exactly the brightest bulb in the shed. But I wanted to make this video to tell you about a real funny circumstance that's happening. It probably shouldn't be this funny, but frankly, I've gotten so old to the point that this doesn't really matter to me, okay? I just have a good chuckle and I laugh at it. And ultimately, a big thank you to the people that took time out of their day to even draw these photos of me. I can't even draw a stick figure, so if you're drawing the inside of my rectum cavity with this detail, then congratulations, good job. You're basically a fucking Pablo Picasso in your house, and, you know, I can't even reach you, okay? Good job, congratulations, follow your dreams, son, is all I'm gonna say. But that said, this is me, Mutahar, and I hope you enjoyed this little video over here. I hope you enjoyed this little tale. I'm probably going to imagine it'll get far worse down the road, but honestly, I don't care, okay? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. You know, have a good time, all that good stuff. The world keeps on moving. I don't know what phrase to come up with. This is me, Muta, and if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I am out.